Yeah. Basically, the issue is why vote for Democrats, and are Democrats, any better than Republicans? Now, the issue with Democrats, as far as I'm concerned, breaks down a bit like this. Every election, the Democrats have to have a story to tell leftists, and they have to have a story to tell conservatives and conservative Democrats. So the story that they tell the conservative Democrats is that they're not really like those leftists. And the story that they tell the leftists, of course, is that they're not really conservative, they're just practical. We just like to make the biggest step as possible, but no bigger. And the question is, who are they actually lying to? And it's the leftists. They're lying to the leftists. They really want things to stay the way they are now. So they're conservatives. It's just a new conservatism. It's like Luddites. They didn't choose people that want to like stay basic, use basic technologies. They choose some era. They don't go all the way back to having none. The Amish, they have technology from the 1700s. They don't go and have none. Well, the liberals are like the Amish. They have a conservatism that's just a more modern than idea theoretically. Though actually conservatism as well is a modern idea. But I think it's fair to say it brings some older ideas along with it. So, the Democrats maybe have a more modern dogma. They want to keep certain institutions going, like Social Security, the right to choose. But then again, they'll yield a lot of territory in something like the right to choose, where it's not really clear what the status quo is among people. So they feel that out, and they're trying to feel out of how things kind of are now. They are lying to the leftists. Okay, that's the problem with supporting the Democratic Party. The other thing I'd like to say is I don't like the term leftist. I don't like the left versus right political spectrum. It's ironic that left and right political designations come from the seating arrangement in the French Parliament. And I don't like this idea. It's one reason. It's not the best reason. It's not the biggest reason. But it's one reason that I consider myself a progressive instead of a liberal, because the liberal-conservative dichotomy does fit an idea of left to right, and I'm not really for that kind of thought system, and I don't want to apply it to politics. But I am for progress. I do believe in progress, so I do want to see progress achieved. Political and social progress, as well as technological progress and in general. So I would like to see an end of the left to right. I think it's fine to use that. I think we should have other systems. I've developed a system just to play around with it of a color coding, and it's 3 dimensions in the sense that you have a primary color. Instead of a left to right, you have a certain amount of 3 different qualities, and this composes a color chart. You can do that. There's that 2-dimensional system that does what is it? Economic axis and a social axis. So social freedoms versus economic freedoms, and really these are arbitrary. You can do just as many of them as you want. But, we might as well graduate beyond a one-dimensional system, which is what you have with the left-to-right system. And also, even if we did a one-dimensional system, I'd say arrange it differently. Our ideas of conservative and liberal are restricting and limiting. So, okay.